So far, so good. I think we're working. It's been an interesting start to the evening. Truck and tractor pool fans, we're back. We had a little bit of a 2-week layover, whatever you want to say, but we got some exciting stuff tonight. We got just this tiny little event that went on in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania here a couple of weeks ago. We got AJ here and Anthony Arnold, and he's going to talk about real quick some stuff. He's a busy person, got to get up at 3 a.m. He says, so we're not going to tie him up too long. We're going to cut him loose first, and of course, Duane and Kendra, they're going to give us a rundown or a recap of everything from Diesels and Dark Corners, which I hear was another great event. So, and I'm going to also cover Delta as well too. Again, these events happen. My events, the two I'm talking about, were a couple weeks ago. So we were going to be here last Wednesday, but my father had other plans. So it didn't work out. So I guess I'll start. Duane, how are you doing, buddy? Long time no see.
Oh, pretty good. I had a wonderful day today. Just riding that Trump train. We're going to start political today.
You just had to go there, didn't you?
I had to go there. No, I'm doing great. It was a beautiful day today. It was a little bit warmer, and it just, yeah. I woke up. I was a little bit tired this morning, but as soon as I realized I had something to check on my phone, I figured out what was going on, and it was up from there.
Gotcha. How is Miss Kendra?
Klub Kendra. Miss Kendra is good. She's still recovering from many trips in a short period of time, all literally from one coast to the other. But made it home on Sunday. Took Monday off of work to recuperate. It's a bad day when you need a vacation day from your vacations, but no, doing good. Ready for this weekend for the East Coast banquet. And
I want an explanation of that shrimp boil. Who did that?
That was the biggest shrimp boil I've ever done. I think it was like
you did that.
I think it was 4 pots full.
The hell.
Yeah, there was.
I say, as some people would say.
There was over. I think there was about 80 pounds. I think was it close to 80 pounds of meat total.
Don't you ever show up to Selinsgrove ever again and not do that. That's you go all the way to Georgia and do that, but you don't do it in your backyard.
My huge 20-gallon pot was loaded to the gills 4 times. Wow. And I found out that 1 case of crab legs doesn't fit in there. I mean, I would have really had to jam it. Yeah. But it was awesome. It was wonderful. And it is all gone. I should, yeah.
Oh, I bet.
There's like a handful of crawfish tails left. That's it.
Wow. Crawfish tails. I ain't had that in a while.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I brought them back and shelled them out of the shells to use them as meat. We had half of them. There's half of what I brought back left. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Cool deal. All right. I want to get this rolling here. We're going to get AJ on here and let him talk about one hell of a show again. I've been to 2 straight Money Bash events up there now the past 2 years. And man, I think it keeps, am I correct? It keeps growing, AJ.
Well, 2023 was 196 hooks, and this year was 265 registered hooks. We end up having 254 hooks just because it got late. You know, it was a long day. It was 12 hours.
Wow.
12 and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, well, and in the morning we had an hour delay, and that was my fault. I learned something. I usually we start registration at like 9 a.m. because usually by 10 we can get them rolling. Yeah, we had a lot more hooks and pullers and everything. So next year I'll probably start registration at like 8:30.
There you go. Yep, it's great. Good tractors. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was tough. It was very tough competition.
Good feedback from everybody. I'm sure there'll be plenty of returning pullers.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody was pretty pleased. We had plenty of help on the track. I mean, Friday night it was the Klinger pulling team was there, Senior, me, the Faust. There was a couple other people there too. We had like 5 hours into the track, and then Senior then finished the track up Saturday morning, and I think it held pretty good all day.
When you say Senior, you're talking the Buckley Senior, right?
Yep, Dale Buckley Senior.
I knew that, but not a lot of people would know that. Yeah, it was awesome, man. It was great. I recognized a lot of returning pullers from the previous year. A lot of new pullers this year too, obviously.
Yeah, it was the biggest turnout we ever have for a big pool like that.
Any surprises to you, like such as competitor wise in their finishes, or
No, I mean, it was back and forth. A lot of the guys, some of these guys that bring the bone stock farm tractors to these events, I feel bad for them because they're coming into where, you're talking guys that are dumping money into these tractors, and you got these guys, but that have, your farm stockers, but we still have our 2 shows every year that are, for like the local guys with the farm stocks and stuff like that. So, but it's definitely a big competition. People are saying that it's a show that's comparable to a lot of your indoor shows. We are not quite as fast because we don't have self-propelled sled. It's a pullback sled and stuff like that. But for 254 hooks that we actually did have, I think we did pretty good.
yeah, absolutely. There wasn't much downtime once they got rolling, man.
No, we had a 10-minute delay that one time just to fill the roller back up with water, and we went to make sure the pullback tractor was topped back off for fuel because we ran into that in the fall show. None of us ever checked the pullback tractor before we did the Saturday pull, and yeah, we were just about like an hour from being done, and it ran out of fuel. So that was fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it was one heck of a pull. And Jerry, bro, I appreciate you coming up. We were getting worried about your Friday night. I was like, man, he said he was coming. I didn't see you pull up yet, and then you finally showed up.
Yeah, we were actually camping that whole week, and we got home. I guess it was almost midday Friday. I guess and we had to hustle around and do some stuff and make sure everything was okay with the parents and stuff. And then we basically rebooted, reloaded, and loaded up video equipment and stuff because, like I say, we were camping the week, and we came home and basically unloaded a bunch of stuff and then reloaded to come up y'all's way. And we just got a late start. And I didn't want to go around Harrisburg through work traffic, so we just kind of, waited till all that had died down a lot. So it worked out good. We hardly had any traffic at all. We just came right on up the road. So,
well, and anybody that's watching this, if they're curious, like how the payouts went. I know my biggest class, which was the 5500 small tire cut, 4 mile an hour. I think it was about 40 tractors in that, and I paid the top 3 out. First place was 300, second place was 200, and third place was $100. I mean, at hook fees at $25 a pop, I think it was a pretty good payout.
Yeah. I'm sorry, chat's rolling along here.
Oh, you're fine. I think I am going to make a couple changes for next year, though. But I'm going to keep a lot of the same classes, but I've been talking to other pullers and stuff, and I think we might knock some of the 12 mile an hour stuff out and maybe throw an 8 mile an hour just to give more people that might want to try to bump to the 8 mile an hour because 12 mile an hour is pretty fast for antiques.
Yeah. That's why the numbers were kind of low in those classes. There's just a couple. I haven't posted. I don't think they're all posted, but I have a few of them posted.
Yeah, it was a trial error. I heard some people asking about it, and the other biggest thing I think that favors us for that money bash, it's the weekend before White Pine.
Yeah. People are want to test.
Before they drive 10, 12 hours all the way down to White Pine, they can hit us up and get with some good competition and see how they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that event just went down this past weekend. Doggone it. I didn't think to look into that either, but I know they had quite a crew down there too of pullers, and there was some missing I thought would come up, but I understand a lot of people are still farming and stuff down in southern Maryland here, but that's okay.
Yeah, I think a couple of our big pullers. I think Olin was still farming, from what I understand, and
yeah.
Mike Hitchens, I heard he had some family issues and stuff that he couldn't make it up because I know he wanted to come up. There was a couple people. It's understandable. Hey, stuff happens, man.
I believe Remley was out of town working too, so we didn't have.
Yeah, but Garrett was there, so that was a big plus.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought all in all, Klingler had his fleet of tractors here, and it was great.
Yeah,
it was great.
Yeah, everybody showed up.
I'll be back. I'll definitely be back. Yeah, it's a good time. I enjoy hanging out with the crew the night before there at the bonfire ring and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Your buddy
You're late
Ralph.
this time. Oh, anybody that's got a crew, with a guy named Ralph, you know you're in for a good time. So,
Especially especially when he wears the shirt that says "I'm a good hooker."
yeah,
He's our hooker for the event. So somebody got him that shirt and it said he always wears it for it. It says "I'm a good hooker."
oh yeah, we have a couple of them that call him the happy hooker or whatever.
Yeah.
Call Earl the fast hooker, the happy hooker from the East Coast. But, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, if you're not having fun, it ain't worth it.
That's right. Yeah. But I like about it is you guys, you just keep it moving. You know, I mean, senior, as you like to call him, when he was on the scraper tractor, he might have been stopped long enough to get a tractor up the track and he was gone. You know, he just kept on rolling, rolling and scraping. So,
Yeah, senior is very, very good with that 656. He is, yeah. Everybody always tells me, he says, man, you're one hell of a scraper operator.
yes, he is. Yep. That's the first time I really talked much to him. He's a very nice fellow.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he'd do anything for anybody. You respect and he'll try to help you out as best he can.
Yeah, I walked out there Sunday morning. I'm thinking, but you told me about the results, and I'm like, hey, I don't even know who he's talking about, because I've never met her. But I walked out there, and the guy, I'm forgetting names, but I guess he's the president there.
Mike Lessman.
Mike. And he'd walked over to his camper and come back. You looking for this? And he brought me back a pile of pets. I said, man, that's it. Thank you, sir. That is it. So.
Yeah, I apologize. As soon as we got done, I helped the ladies get packed up, and I was booking home.
I hear you. I don't blame you, man. It's a long day, long 2 days for you. So, but you guys do a hell of a smash up job up there, man. And I honestly see that event and to be as much or more next year. So,
yeah, I'm hoping. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna change it up. I've had a few people ask me about some lighter stuff, and I think I'm not going to eliminate any of my cut tire, non-cut stuff, like small tire stuff, because that's always big hit, big hit. But I think I'm going to add in like one or two light classes and see how they respond to it, and see if we get the turnouts.
Yeah, I think you will. Honestly, I think you will. It can be hit miss. It depends on the weather, farming, et cetera, et cetera. But I think you will. I don't think anything. It's nice to change up some stuff here and there anyway, so it don't get stale. It's kind of like an indoor event. If you don't change some stuff up, man, it can. I don't know. To me, it seems like it can get stale pretty quick. But I think there's Scott Jones. Hi, Scott. By the way, November 20th, I believe it is. Scott, I'll be getting with you at the banquet this weekend for more stuff to get you guys on board for that. We're going to be having a micro mini, which is we call it tabletop truck and tractor pulling. And Scott Jones has been in that for many years, and hell, we've had a couple halfway across the country trips to Wisconsin and stuff, going to the national events and stuff together. But we're going to do a show with him and a few others from the National Micro Mini Tractor Pullers. That's coming out, I believe it's November 20th, whatever that Wednesday is towards the end of November before Thanksgiving. We're going to do that. So keep that in mind. That's going to be a fun show.
My grandfather helped start the Micro Mini tabletops at Williams Grove way back in, I think, the 80s.
There you go, Scott. Scott probably knows them.
Might have. That was back at Williams Grove.
He's been doing it 40 years, so.
Wow.
Absolutely. Williams, and in fact, Scott, wasn't I along with you guys one time at Williams Grove? I'm pretty sure we were, because they pull there.
Yeah, they pull right there by the kitchen. You used to, at least when I used to go all the time. They used to pull right in front of the kitchen there.
Yeah, I remember we were in a big tent. Yeah.
Yep.
I remember cleaning the track and stuff after every pull. Yep.
My grandpa still has some of the little tractor ones he built.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I know they're getting ready to have a pool here at Dave Greek's shop beside the Buck. It's coming up in November. So that's why we're having them on.
I will, just because of the antique world, I'll let everybody know, as anybody that's listening, there is one more antique event going on. It's this Saturday. It's Chambersburg, Twin Bridges. They're having their pool on Saturday.
Dagnabbit. We got a banquet this Saturday, Gettysburg. So
It's a nice pool. It's their makeup date. They had rained out before, so this is their makeup.
Ah, they said they got relocated to the amusement park.
Oh,
Now they
okay.
don't pool there at all now. So,
I got you.
but anyway, yeah, that's great. Yeah, I'm going to cover some of the at least the winners, or else I'll be here for an hour and a half reading all the results. But it's anything else you want to talk about, AJ? Quick, go right ahead. And I don't want to tie you up. I know you got to.
I just want to thank everybody that helped us out, and thank you to all the pullers. If you're listening, we greatly appreciate you guys coming, and I hope we can tie what we had for this year for results or make it bigger. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's a lot. Trust me.
Maybe someday it'll go to a 2-day event if it has to be.
Kendra, I'm not kidding you, Kendra. I've got pages and pages and pages.
Holy cow.
I had 19 classes.
Yeah.
And we did it in
That's
11 and a half hours.
Yeah, 11 and a half hours.
Did you get
once they get going, man, they just go.
Did you get burned out?
Yeah, it gets tiring, but like me, I was sitting up at the tower all day. I wasn't the one getting burned out, but you got people like Ralph and freaking Ron Sees was on our scales running, and who else? Mike Senior. You got all them guys. They're out actually on the track working and stuff. I was up in the tower helping with paperwork, the announcing, doing all the distance and the money dividing with the ladies and stuff. So
yeah, you didn't even get a chance to pull this year, did you?
I don't. Yeah, and I've realized it's not even worth trying to pull.
Yeah.
There's just too much going on.
You got to hurry up. You got to hurry up, jump on a tractor, make a run, hurry up, go right back to the announcer stand. So
did you hear what he's?
Go ahead.
I said he said he's the tractor pulling pimp. He was up in the tower dividing the money with the ladies.
Only you.
Sorry.
No, you're all right.
Only you.
Yeah,
that's
but
great.
Anyway, I saw.
Scott
Yeah, we'll
Jackson,
see. Go ahead.
You and your pops should come on the show with him, being he started that show up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't. Grandpa's 84 years old now, so.
I got you. How are you doing?
Yeah. Well,
yes, Nicole, too much to run a pool and pull at the same time. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always a good feeling when you have a better turnout than you anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was surprised when the pullers kept lining up at the tower and they just wouldn't stop. And I was like, holy crap.
Careful what you wish for. That's what I always say.
Well, tractor pulling ain't dying according to that metric, especially not as antique pulling.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they're everywhere. Any pool I go to, it's loaded with hooks usually,
Well, you figure and I'm not counting our out of state pools. I'm counting just in Pennsylvania. Starting about April till probably our pool there, you can go to dang near a pool somewhere in Pennsylvania every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's great. And if you want to travel, the various fairs, even around in Maryland or wherever.
Chatham, Virginia, buddy. If you guys have never been to antique pulling in Chatham, Virginia, that is awesome.
Yeah, I've been there, and I didn't get to go the last 2 years, I think, now. And I'm hearing about it, and I've already got my invitation. He already sent me the dates. I don't have them handy right now.
February 27th, 28th, and March 1st.
Yeah, okay.
Jerry, it's a heck of a time. 3 days of pulling, buddy. It's fun.
I've been there.
Wow.
I've been there twice.
Well, you don't bring your camper, do you?
No. I go back and forth to the hotel.
Oh, because he has camper hookups right there.
Yeah. It's easier to jump in the truck and run down there real quick. If I don't have help, I don't go because it's 2 tracks. It's hard to film 2 tracks, one person.
I gotcha.
I'm trying to get a second person lined up for that. So, but yeah, it's an awesome show. I have a ball down there. I absolutely do.
Oh my God, yeah, them Virginia boys, they know how to run a pool, and they're a bunch of hoots. They're awesome.
Yeah, I'm kind of guilty of starting that greatest antique pooler in the world for Richard McIntyre. I mentioned that on the show here one time, I don't know, 2020, whenever it was. I can't remember. It might have been 2020. It's the first year. Well, 2020 and 2021, I was there. And they Olin picked up on it and said something to the guys down there, and the announcer just took off and ran with it down there. It was freaking awesome. Hilarious, man. Jeremy Sean says he plans to be at Chatham this coming year. Also, I plan to be too. Yeah, Cliff Stugart, Central Pennsylvania, most Saturday and Sunday from May through October. Yep, absolutely. You build it, they will come. Yep. It's awesome. Just never growing deal, man.
No, it isn't.
Awesome. Okay. Well, AJ, I won't tie you up. And if you got anything else you want to tell us, that's fine. Go ahead and hit us up there. Or...
No, I'm good. I appreciate letting me come on and talk a little bit about it. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we tried to do it last week, but like I said, other things came up. So, but that's cool. You can hang out or do whatever you want to do. Or
well, I'm going to head on out and get ready for my night to end. You guys have a good evening.
Yeah, nice meeting you, buddy.
Yeah.
You guys too. And by the way, go Trump.
There you go.
If the camera will pick it up. There you go.
Yeah, I see it. Right there it is.
There you go.
He's like, oh, we don't want to. He don't want to be too political until he rips his shirt open, like
the Hulk.
I'll see you guys. You guys have a good night.
Yep,
Thank you. Appreciate it, buddy.
See you.
Talk to you soon. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, they put on a hell of a show up there. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run through all these classes. I apologize to all the pullers. It's going to be very quickly, and it's going to be the top 3 only. Okay, top 3 only, or else we'll never get to Delta, and we'll never get to Kendra and Dwayne. So, but I get with the antique guys here. Olin had asked a few weeks back about having a show, another antique show. We haven't quit doing the shows. It's just people are farming. I've got my hands tied with family and stuff here, and I actually, the week that he wanted to do a show, I had plans and I could not do that Thursday night because we pick Thursday night as the night to do it because I'm busy on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So, but anyway, we hope to have them guys back on, Richard and them. So, but we'll definitely get some of the Chatham guys on here soon. Anyway, I'm going to start 4,500 non-cut tire. Again, top 3. And there's a slew of tractors in every class. I'm not going to bother to count how many, but Grace Buckley took the win on a 1936 John Deere A at 181.07, meaning 7 inches. Second was Howard Cowell with an 880 Oliver at 181.04. And third would be Gary Fisher with a 47 Farm OH at 174.03. Again, numerous hooks in the class. We're doing top 3s. Next up would have been the 4,500 cut tire. And these are small, full cut, small tire. Who took the win? Oh, we got 2 pages of results. Hold on a second. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's 21 total in this class, I believe. Yep. 20 or 21. Anyway, taking the win was the Klingler pulling team with an Oliver 77, 280.10. Second was Austin Fry with a Massey Harris 55 at 277.03. Third was the Barrick team, Devin Barrick, 88 Oliver at 269.06. I just feel like I need to read the whole thing, but 4250 6 mile per hour. These are full cut big tire tractors. Taking the win was Blake Colton with a 460 utility clean tractors. He had 2 of them there. He took the win 318.06. Second was Owen Peischer. Does that Peischer name sound familiar to anybody? It's Greg Peischer's son, one of his sons. Owen Peischer was second place, young fella, man. Massey Harris, 44-6 at 310.07. And third was Chris Barrick with an Oliver 880 at 309.02. And that video, many of these videos are posted already. And that was pretty cool to see that young fellow come in there at second place. Just starting to get his feet wet and pulling. Bless you.
You need a cough
Don't mind
drop?
me just choking on air.
Gotcha.
I got a cough drop upstairs.
Hey, I choke on air and I trip on nothing. Trip over my own shadow. 4250 12 mile per hour full cut big tire tractors. Chris Barrick took the win with his Oliver 880 at 282.01. Second was Terry Brown with a very good run of Farm OM, clean looking tractor too, 280.08. Third was Blake Colton with his other 460 utility, as he calls it, the 2X, 272.05. And okay, there was 4 track. Alex Butcher rounded out that class, Farm All 460 at 272 even. 5,000 non-cut tire, 4 mile per hour. Oh, geez. That's a big class, too. Let's see. Taking the win, Casey Livingood. Does that name sound familiar, Dwayne? Casey Livingood with an Alice Chalmers WD at 204.07. Second was Howard Cow. I don't know if it's, I guess it's Cow. Oliver 880 at 195.11. Third was the Barrick Pulling Team with an Oliver 880 at 190.06. And yes, that is the same Livingood with the semi that pulls it.
And whose tractor was he driving?
It's now Chalmers WD. I don't know.
Wonder if it was Lonnie Stolzfus's tractor.
I don't know, but it was also at Delta too. So he pulled Delta.
Yeah.
Actually, we're going to get to Delta
Maybe
next.
He's got one.
But could be.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Casey's
Okay, next
good
up
guy.
is 5,000 full cut small tire class. What's that? I'm sorry.
I just said Casey's a good guy. He's been at most of all of our these pulls.
Yeah, good running truck too. At WT's no slouch either. At WD runs good.
Nice.
Taking the win in the 5,000 cut tire class, Rich Umstead with a Farm OM 285.04. Second was Klingler Pulling Team with an Oliver 77 at 284.03. And third was Craig Ulmer. That's a popular name in the John Deere antique pulling world, Pennsylvania, with a John Deere A at 283.04. And again, that was 32 hooks in that class. Wow. And that class is not edited yet. That'll take me a little bit of time to edit. We'll get her, though. The 4756 mile per hour tractors, that's full cut big tire. Taking the win was Blake Colton with his utility 460. It's international. 294.07. Second was Don Walker with a Minneapolis Moline 5-star at 294.02. And third was Blake Colton with his other utility 460 at 293.11. Blake had a good weekend with the 2 tractors. Clean looking, good running tractors. And what I like about it is you don't know what you're going to see there. Olivers, Minneapolis Molines, et cetera, various models. Pretty cool stuff. Then we had the 12 mile per hour, 4750 small big tire full cut. Taking the win was Terry Brown at 291.02. Second was Chris Barrick with his Oliver 880, 283.01. And third was Klingler Pulling Team with their Oliver 88 at 252 even. That was the only 3 tractors in that class. Then we went to the 5500 non-cut tire. Kobe Keister with the John Deere G taking the win at 250.10. Second was Gene Crossley with a Farm OM at 248.09. And third, Rick Hall with a John Deere A at 248.04. And I'm seeing 13 hooks in that class. Next up was the 5500 cut tire. And there's 3 pages of results for this one. However many that may be. It's 32. I've got 36 hooks, but I think it's 36 hooks. Taking the win was Austin Fry with a Massey Harris 55 at 298.09. Second was Brad Butcher with a 54 Farmall MTA at 292.01. And third was John Kenyon with a Farmall M 291.01. I would love to read them all, but that's approaching 40 hooks on that particular one. 5250 6 mile per hour, taking the win was Don Walker with a Minneapolis Moline 5-star at 303.11. Second was Blake Colton with his utility 460 at 294.06. And third, Bill Neese with a Farm OM 281 even. 5250 12 mile per hour. Taking the win was Bill Neese, again with a Farm OM 256.10. Second was Betty Raymond with a John Deere 70 at 238.06. And rounding out the class in third, Klingler Pool Team with a Oliver Super 88 at 2:15.05. Then we went to the 6,000-pound non-cut tire. Taking the win was Colby Keister with a John Deere G at 2:14.03. Second was Shannon Keister with a John Deere G at 2:07.11. And third was Jason Plaska with a John Deere G 2:06.8. And that was a class all but one tractor was a two-cylinder John Deere. We did have one Farmall in there. That was Mason.
The good old G taking the top three.
Yep. All of them were G's except for the first tractor was an A. So there was 8 tractors in that class. Oh boy, hope I can make it through without losing my voice there. 6,000 cut tire, another big class. Taking the win was Brad Bilger with a Massey Harris 555, 248.05. Second was Klingler Pool Team with an Oliver 880 at 237.01. Third was Kevin Stitcher with a 35 John Deere A at 230.08. 30 hooks in that class.
Wow.
Yep, 57.56 mile per hour. Taking the win, Brett Grace with a Minneapolis Moline GVI 277.05. Second was Betty Raymond, John Deere 70 at 254.11. And third was Matt Buckley with a John Deere G at 235.01. And that tractor sat beside me the whole day. I was parked right beside them along the wall there where I normally film. And Dwayne's there too. 57.50, 12 mile per hour. 2 tractors jumped in the class here. And Brett Grace took the win with his Minneapolis Moline GVI at 345 feet even. And second was a very unique Farmall Super MD. And that's Brian Shively at 343.10. And that's one strong running little diesel tractor. I'm sure if you know the name Shively and red tractors go together like peanut butter and jelly, so to speak. 6,500 non-cut tire. We're getting to the end where we get to Delta Heroes next. But taking the win, Colby Keister with a John Deere G at 195.10. Second was Jake Hartline with a John Deere G 195.01. And third, Kevin Keister Jr. with a John Deere G at 194 feet even. And why not? Coming in fourth, Jason Plaska, John Deere G 187.02. And Shannon Keister rounds out the class with a John Deere G 183.04. All G's except one Farmall. 6 in that class. Then we went to the 6,500 cut tire. Dave Keister taking the win with a John Deere A 247.11. Let's see. Second was Brad Butcher with a Farmall NTA 246.02. And third, Klingler Pulling Team with an Oliver 880 at 244 even. And then we move into the last class here, and that was the 62.56 mile per hour. Again, a full cut, big tire class. Taking the win, Betty Raymond with a John Deere 70 at 277.04. Second, Brian Shiley with that Farmall Super MD, 276.08. And third was the Klingler Pool Team with their Oliver Super 88 at 260.01. And we'll go ahead and round it out. There's only a couple more here. Fourth would have been Brett Grace with a Minneapolis Moline GVI 255.03. Fifth, Matt Buckley with a John Deere G at 230.04. And rounding out the class, Brian Shively with a Farmall M at 215.04. So keep your eyes on our page at EEP Pulling Videos. We're continuing to do get classes posted. I've kind of tried to jump around. I just don't want to list the whole pool all at once. So, but we got plenty of antique videos coming out, plenty of full show videos coming out too. John Roop, yes, this Saturday at Tuckahoe is the Sure Good semi truck pull, and John Roop will be there announcing. I would be there, but I will be at a banquet. So, correct, kids? I guess all 3 of us will be at the banquet this year, correct?
Yeah.
I'll be there. I will be there with. I got to get a hold of Normie. See if we want to do our usual. So.
Oh, that's a yes.
Okay. I'll make sure I'll stop on the way. I'll take care of that. So. But anyway, prior to that Saturday event, The previous Sunday, we were at the Mason-Dixon Fairgrounds up here for a newly formed Quad County Pulling Association, tractor pull, antique pull. Of course, Nicole Hellman, who we have on Nicole Morrison, who we have on here at times, is part of a group that puts this on up here. It's a brand new pulling organization, and of course, she's been an antique tractor pulling for quite a while. But anyway, they put on this show here, and there's quite a few classes here. Again, top threes. Some of these are only 1 and 2 hooks in each one, so we're good. You're going to hear just about everybody. So, not so much as it was a poor turnout. It's just there were so many different classes offered. Not everybody pulled in the same class together. So, but anyway, 3,000 slow. When I say slow, we're at 3.5 miles per hour. The Allison pulling team, and it's Rob Allison's son, with a Farmall Super C was 150.70, and then the 3,000-pound fast, which is 6 miles per hour. Again, the Allison pulling team Farmall Super C at 241.01. Then we went to 3,500-pound slow, which is 3.5 miles per hour. Taking the win, Casey Livingood with that Alice Chalmers WD, 315 feet even. And second was the Allison pulling team with a Farmall Super C at 314.75. You're going to hear that Allison team quite a bit here. 3,500 fast, the winner, Casey Livingood with an Alice Chalmers WD, 369.51. Second was the Allison pulling team with a Farmall Super C at 243.58. 4,000 slow, Casey Livingood, Alice Chalmers WD, 379.20. Second, Allison pulling team with their Farmall Super C at 371.67. 4,000 fast, one tractor, Casey Livingood, ACWD, 295.44. Then the 4,500-pound slow, first was Casey Livingood. He just took a lot of wins here. With Alice Chalmers WD at 344.90. Second was Joe McIntyre with the Farmall M, 324.03. And third was Travis King, Farmall Super H at 234.88. 4,500 fast. First place, Nick Borga with the Farmall 460. Is one clean, sharp-looking tractor and runs very well. Cool.
He used to have a pulling truck and pulled 2.6 map with us.
That is correct. Yes, he did. Yep. He did have a 2-cylinder John Deere at one time. Now he's running his Farmall 460. Anyway, he took the win 4,500 fast at 385.25. 385.25. Second was Harry Dayhoff with his John Deere G, 381.44. Third was Joe McIntyre with a Farmall M, 326.76. Fourth, Casey Livingood with that WD at 324.19. And fifth was the Allison team with a Farmall M, 319.55. 4750 jackpot tractors. And I believe, jackpot was 7 miles per hour. Taking the win, Nick Borga with that Farmall 460, 307.79. Second was Harry Dayhoff with a John Deere G, 277.97. Third, the Allison pulling team, Farmall M at 232.97. Fourth was Joe McIntyre with a Farmall M at 230.41. Fifth, Casey Livingood with a WD Alice Chalmers at 220.91. And sixth was Doug Anderson Jr., Farmall Super M at 210.85. That Anderson family is also with Nicole running the new Quad County Association. 5,000 slow, Allison pulling team taking the win with their Farmall M. It says Farmall M here. 243.58. Second, Casey Livingood. Yeah, a lot of hooks. Alice Chalmers WD, 238.61. And third, Joe McIntyre with a Farmall M, 230.74. Then we move to the 5,000-pound fast. Nick Borga, Farmall 460, took the win, 313.42. Second, the Allison pulling team, Farmall M, 237.53. Third, Doug Anderson Jr. with a Farmall Super M at 229 even. Fourth was Harry Dayhoff with a John Deere G, 157.58. And that would have been Harry's. He was having some issues. And I think that was his last run of the day for Harry Dayhoff. 5,500 slow. Joe McIntyre took the win with a Farmall M at 265.63. Second, Casey Livingood with an Alice Chalmers WD, 245.32. Third, Allison pulling team, Farm OM 235.96. Fourth was Dawson Day Hoff at his John Deere G at 235.21. Justin Short, and I'm pretty sure that was the Farm All. I'm quite sure what it is. 217.65. Sixth was Victor Wrestler at a Farm All 460 at 210.85. And seventh was Howard Pierce Jr. with a Farm All Super Ram 208.78. 55 fast. Nick Borgo, Farm All 460. 181.19. Second was Dawson Day Hoff with a John Deere G 258.99. Anybody tired of hearing me talk yet?
Keep her going.
I'm
You
almost
only
done.
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You only have 15 more classes to go.
Oh, you're actually watching. Okay.
I'm following along. I'm with it. It doesn't do me no good to do anything else but to follow along.
Third was Doug Anderson Jr. with a Farm All Super M at 235.05. And Harry Dehoff was registered, but was marked a broke with a John Deere G. He did not hook. 6,000 slow. The Allison pulling team taking the win with a Farm OM 270.09. Second was Joe McIntyre with a Farm OM at 268.27. Third, Victor Wrestler, Farm All 460, 232.39. 6,500 slow. Joe McIntyre, Farm OM, first place, 279.90. Second, the Allison pulling team, Farm OM, 264.95. Third was Paul Zachary Jr., Farm All Super M, 264.13. Fourth, Victor Wrestler with a 460 Farm All, 260.56. Fifth was Howard Pierce Jr. with a Farm All Super M, 256.59. Actually, yeah, 59. Yeah. 67.50 jackpot, two tractors. Randy Johnson in first with a 460 International, 217.07. Justin Walls second, Farm All, 209.53. 7,500 slow. Paul Zachary the third, 242.75. Second was John Anderson, 231.65. In a tie with Paul Zachary Jr. at 231.65. And I believe all of them are Farm All tractors, I believe. John Anderson, I'm not sure what he pulls. Anderson. Yeah, it's Farm All. 8,500 slow, Paul Zachary Jr. With a full pull and 333.97. Second was Paul Zachary the third, full pull, 235.46. Little family pull off there. Third, Doug Anderson the third, 246.48. 8,500 fast was Randy Johnson with a Farm All 460, 146.98. 87.50 jackpot. Marlon Shirk. There's another ex-diesel truck puller.
Yep. That's from my neck of the woods.
Yep. The John Deere 4020, 147.80. Second was Doug Anderson the third with a Super M Farm All, 131.57. Randy Johnson with a Farm All 460, 87.49. We're getting there. Last page. I'm on the last page. 9,000 Classic. Marlon Shirk taking a win. John Deere 4020, 170.97. Second, Randy Johnson with a Farm All 460, 127.09. 9,500 slow. Paul Zachary with John Deere 70, 169.26. John Anderson second with a Farm OM, 165.78. 10,000 Classic. Marlon Shirk, John Deere 4020, 257.50. Second, Kyle Johnson, International 1206 at 255.43. 11,000 Classic, first, only tractor, Kyle Johnson, International 1206, 160.48. 12,000 Classic, Kyle Johnson with a 1206, 139.93. 13,000 Classic Jackpot was Kyle Johnson first with a 1206 International, 376.80. Second was Justin Walls with an International. I think it's a 1466, 340. Okay. 340.76, and rounding it all out, 14,000 Classic Justin Walls with an International 1466, 342.83. Sorry, I was fast and sharp and cut up on that, but we got through it. And I could spend another hour if I read them all off. So. It's a lot, but it was fun. Hey, it's the roots of pulling. You know what I mean? So these guys are serious. They're all professional about what they do, and they like the pull. They like the pull too, and they put on a good show. and the promoters that I deal with so far keep the show moving. So that makes a big difference. Absolutely, Nicole, you're welcome. Thanks for having a pool, and I hope you have many more. We'll be there. It's right up the street. Why not? So, but anyway, if anybody didn't know, there was this little truck pool down yonder.
And tractors. There's a class of tractors.
And tractors, yes. Down in
It
Belgium.
It was little to what metrics.
Yeah, right.
Holy smokes.
But
it was insane.
I'm going to turn it over now to Klub Kendra and Duante Beast because Dwayne got the opportunity to go this year. And I'm not saying they're going to cover, I don't know what they're going to cover, but I'm just going to shut up now, rest my voice, and let them talk.
Yeah, I think we're just going to cover probably top 5 and then give a shout out to all the locals that were there. 3-0 class alone had 61 hooks on Friday night. I think 58 returned on Saturday. And then Saturday night, they had, I think, 58 in the 3-0 class. And I don't know how many in the 2-6. It was insane. Kudos to the Liberty Truck and Tractor Pullers. They switched the track around to allow for a little bit more room for staging. Wasn't as organized as it has been in years past, but I'm sure that was unfortunately just not something they were thinking about whenever they flip-flopped it like that. But I'm for sure they will get that fixed for next year. Didn't really put a hindrance on the show at all. Still moved through it pretty quick. I mean, obviously, it was a long night of pulling for both nights.
Did you just say hindrance? I haven't heard that word in a while.
Hindrance.
Hindrance.
Craig Cooper, we don't have addresses for the pullers. We're just going by memory. So sorry, I don't know who all the Ohio, West Virginia guys are.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the results that they have do not have, well, in the 3-0 class, they have the results. But yeah, Zimmermans were there with the old blue Peterbilt. We'll make sure to give them their due time here in just a second. So I'm going to start with
please do. We're going to probably see him Saturday. For goodness sakes, make sure he gets some plug time. Please.
Yeah. Friday night, as you guys saw, we did a huge seafood boil there, the 3-6 guys. It was pretty awesome. Every single 3-6 truck from the East Coast was there. Carl, Kervin, Norm, Barter. We all had a dang good time on Thursday night. We were able to go out and spend entirely too much money at a local establishment.
I heard about that when I got home. How can you spend $90 for one steak?
But it was a dang good meal, and I didn't have to.
It was awesome.
That's all that matters. Anyway, the reason we were there Friday night was truck pull and tractor pull. There was one local tractor there, so I'll make sure to give him his shout out. Taking the win in the 8,500 Pro Farm tractor class, which for all of us up here is more similar to like the 7,700 pound light limiteds. Don't know their specific rule. It is something that they're kind of working on, is bringing a couple more tractors in, just because, you know, the fans like it and kind of break up the monotony of the trucks. Taking the win on Friday night was Keith Race with the Red Rattler going 333.68. Second place was the local boy, Bradley Seal with Mother-in-Law's Nightmare 331.91. Third place went to Joe Christopher with his IH 1066 going 330.31 feet. Fourth place was Justin Massey with Old Red Justin Massey with his Old Red, which is an international, not a Massey Ferguson. 327.42 was his distance, and rounding out the top 5 was Ray Tucker with the Blood, Sweat, and Gears, not Tears, Gears, the International 325.26. Then we moved into the 3.6 Pro Stock diesel trucks. Taking the win was Austin Rubble with Hookin' for a Cure, which, by the way, is for sale. Stony Hargett owns that truck out of Tennessee, went 347.13. Second place was Norm Newswanger with the Chapter 11, going 341.82. Third place, Kervin Zimmerman with the Outlaw, going 338.31. Fourth place was Cody Thomas driving Sound of Madness, which is Stony Hargett's other truck, going 338.21. Rounding out the class was Ben Schimpf with Trophy Hunter, which most of you East Coasters would recognize as the old Bad Timing. That went 331.81. Jimmy Barter with Barter Turbo Service finished 7th at 328.92. Carl Ankowitz with Living on the Edge was 8th at 327.01. Jeremy Denson was 10th place with 323.71. And then the last of our local guys was Tommy Hassler with Twisted Addiction, going 296.99. Then we went into the Hot Street semis. Again, top 5 was Mark Scott with Mr. Moki taking the win at 322.64. Second place was Dale, I'm going to butcher this, Molinzak? Molinzak?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a Z and some K's, so we're going to go with it.
I believe it's Malinzak.
Yeah, Malinzak. I think that sounds right.
We've been pronouncing it that way all summer when he pulled with us. I think it's Malinzak.
Yep, he took second place, going 322.57, so only 0.07 feet. So I don't know, what is that, half an inch between first and second place there. Third place, man of the hour there, Tom Zimmerman with the pressure time, going 317.59. Fourth place went to Joe Gambino with the Bighorn Dodge, going 313.90. Fifth place was Lee Pravacek with the Top Secret Peterbilt, going 309.64. And old Hank with the Scrapper, unfortunately, was a disqualification. I was not up there. The announcer was saying something about a towel going through the exhaust pipe. I don't know what happened. We'll have to catch up with Hank on Saturday at the show.
There was supposedly a rag in the engine compartment that got drawn into the turbo, and it acted like it had it blocked up. And I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think the reason that Hank was DQ'd is because they left him run on a third attempt. So he had an original attempt, then a second attempt, and then he finally rode the clutch really hard, and he actually had a really nice run. Distance-wise, I think he would have came in about third place, but I think he was DQ'd due to 3 attempts.
Okay. Yeah, we were in between they ran the semis, so a lot of our guys ran the 3.6 and the super stocks. So we were kind of back there with the trucks going back and forth there.
Another note on that, quick before you start, his turbo was injured. It made an awful sound going down the track, but it didn't blow up.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to chat with old Hank there on Saturday night. Next, we went into the super stock diesel truck class, taking the win. Rookie of the year here, Trip Hazley, driving Rock Hard Ram, going 371.29 feet. Something else I want to point out, these trucks had phenomenal speed on the old red dirt clay there. I think on Saturday night, some of the super stock trucks were going 37, 38 miles an hour. Our 3.6 guys were going 34, 35. So incredible track speed. Kudos to the sled guys for getting it right. I don't know if there was a single sled reset all weekend long. So good job to them guys. Second place, Terry Biggs Deadpool, going 370.04. Third place, Jesse Warren with the Shark Bait, going 361.65. Fourth place was Dustin Beeler with the Diggin' Deep Dodge, going 359.88. Fifth place was Chase Eller with Caretaker, going 355 feet even. Also want to shout out to Nick Headley getting sixth place with the Binder Edition. He pulls out with Full Pull Productions. John Mans finished eighth with the Crazy X at 348.90. Jimmy Barter pulled in the super stock class as well with the Barter Turbo Service, went 345.06, which was good enough for 11th place. Norm also pulled, finished 13th at 340.3. Carl Ankowitz was 14th at 336.64. Calvin Miller, also with Full Pool Productions, finished 15th at 329.79. And unfortunately, Kervin had some major engine problems. Fortunately, it took him out for the rest of the weekend. Major problems, major breakage in the oil filter there. Then we're going to go into the massive class of 3.0 trucks. Our local boys held in strong there. First place was Evan Davis with Gray Area going 336.42 feet. Second place was Jonathan King, which is Clint Mills's father-in-law, driving against all odds, going 335.57. Third place, Michael Christopher with High Roller out of Kentucky, going 333.88. Fourth place was Dylan Detweiler out of Shelbyville, Kentucky, with the O'Brien Diesel at 333.48. Fifth place, also at 333.33, was Ronnie Hall with the Hall Pass. He rounded out the top 5. Now we're going to go down through and try to find our people. Mark Andrews with Public Enemy ended up 12th at 326.70. Then we also find Old Jenny, Kyle Spickerman going 325.23, which put him in 18th place.
There's one in there, Jared Brown at 13 from Williamsport.
Huh?
Jared Brown, number 13.
Sorry about that. Jared Brown, I think Sam Heimbach ended up having to do the driving for him. Ended up
go ahead.
13th place at 326.30.
14th was Travis Pushlar out of New York.
Oh, I wasn't going to do New York, guys.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay. I was just doing like our
that's fine.
Maryland, Pennsylvania local people.
Come on.
Greg Walker was 31st with Dreams Happen at 323.07. How many times can you go into the 320s and be half track? You know, there's from 8th place down to 39th was all in the 320s. They were stacking them in. Chuck Dutter, speaking of 320, Chuck Dutter with the Common Hooker was 320.33, ended up in 38th place. Jason Heimbach with Heimbach's Diesel was 319.70. That was 40th place. Jeremy Greek with the older Jenny is 314.77, which put him in 51st. Matt Holbrook with Jenny Light was 308.15, which ended him in 55th place. I think that is all of our normal Snyder County Full Pool Productions groups that will go there. Then we go over into the 2.6 class. Let me scroll down here. Taking the win was Ray J. Rent with the Wicked White Knight. Say that 3 times fast. 339.60. Second place was Adela Barkis. We're going to say that's how you pronounce their name with Coltrane. Going 334 feet even. Third place was J.W. Oliver with the Duke at 333.20. Fourth place was Jim Jensen with Milk Money going 332.28. And fifth place was Damon Winland with the truck he calls Trudy going 332.26. Looking down through, Dwayne, can you help me out with who our local
number 9, Andrew Kasich with American Ride at a 330.94, and then we dropped down to hold on, I can't do this too fast so I don't miss them. Ron King at 33rd with a 324.46, and then the 2 Snyder County guys, Brendan Fink at 38 at 319.38, and 38th also Matt Mace, little by little. They're the same. Matt Mace with a little 319. And then way at the bottom, 43rd was Matt Horst's brother-in-law, Luke Souter, with a Mighty Max at a 308.47.
Okay. So that was it for Friday night. I believe they finished pulling at roughly 3:30 in the morning. So all in all, Friday track stayed consistent. I mean, you look down through the pool numbers. First hook on the 3.0 class was 27th place. And the last hook was 26th. So, I mean, very, very consistent track down there. They have the guys come in from Ohio with the tricycle tractors and just do a phenomenal job of keeping that track up to snuff for the entire pool. So Saturday night, or I guess Saturday afternoon, we started pulling at 3:00 in the afternoon. By the way, people, it was in the 80s when it was down there. It was pretty warm there in Georgia last weekend.
All right.
Saturday.
I guess. I guess I'll take over from here. It was a
Saturday.
It was quite an event. It was the first time I was there, and I had a ton of fun. I probably ate more food in those couple days there than I have in a long time, and it was all number one excellent. So thanks to the cook. Anyway,
thanks for the seafood boil.
Yeah, I wish we could have had a couple more people there to help us chow down, but everybody seemed like they had their own meals scheduled, and it was kind of hard to find hungry people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, on Saturday we started again with the tractors. We had the 8500 Pro Farm tractor class. In first place with Nathan Tucker with the Blood, Sweat, and Gears International at a 326.80. In second place was Keith Race with the Red Rattler International. He had a 325.01. In third place was Bradley Seal with Mother-in-Law's Nightmare. It was a New Holland. He had a 219.58. In fourth place was Justin Massey with Old Red, an International, 319.13. And in fifth place was Tristan Ellington with a John Deere called Lucky Bucky at a 318.78. And who was our local tractor? Who did you know on there?
Bradley Steele, Mother-in-Law's Nightmare.
Okay, good deal. Next up was the 3.6 Pro Stock class. Coming in first place was George Stratikis with a Dodge he called Hercules. He had a 337.86. In second place was Norm Newswanger with Chapter 11. He had a 336.17. In third place was Ben Schimpf with a Dodge called Trophy Hunter. He had a 335.22. In fourth place was Ben Schimpf with Rock Diesel. He had a 333.60. In fifth place was Austin Rubel with the Hooking for a Cure Ford. He had a 333.05. Going down through at eighth place was Carl Ankowitz with a 329.99. And 10th place was Jeremy Denson with 2D Sturb. He had a 317.64. And in 15th place was Tom Hassler with a 292.90. And Tommy had a rabbit issue again that he could not shake. And there was a bunch of pullers down there that were lending a hand to try to help him work through that. And it just wouldn't let up. And in 16th place was James Barter at 219.57. And that run ended with probably about the same issue as Kervin Zimmerman, an injured engine. So
I have a question. Was Tommy red flagged?
He was. And if you watch the video,
okay,
the sled driver had turned the red lights on.
Okay. Because of the bounce.
I'm assuming. I don't know. Yeah.
So either way, he lost distance there, but he wasn't disqualified for any reason. It was just that I think the track crew didn't think it was going to end well. The next class,
they're not used to Tommy.
Yeah, run it. He is I'm telling you,
hard driver. Man, hard driver.
I am telling you, his teeth got to hurt after he's done all that jarring inside of there. I mean, he's I think his second gig could be rodeo.
Brother Blaylock's in the house.
Nice. The next class up was the 4-1 Hot Street Semis. Coming in first place was Monty Craig Mile with Limitless. It was a Peterbilt. He had a 339.85. In second place was Dale Malinzak, or how did you say that? Malinzak. He had an international at 326.23. Third place was Mark Scott with Mr. Moki. He had a 323.44. And fourth place was the famous Tom Zimmerman with Pressure Time. He had a 317.78. And in fifth place was Lee Pavachek with Top Secret. He had a 311.880. And it was pretty easy to pick out all the cat engines in that class because they all sounded the same. They all made that Jerry Martin sound. I don't know if they all were Jerry Martin engines, but they sounded pretty good. Next up was our super stock class. Coming in first place was Nick Headley with the binder edition. He had a 369.35. He came in, I think, the second to last truck and took the win. Had an awesome run. Telling you, it took the whole crowd by surprise, but just a great run. In second place was Craig Dickey with the Cummins Killer 3. Had a 367.45. In third place was Trip Hazley with the Rock Hard Ram. He had a 361.13. In fourth place was John Mans with the Crazy X. He had a 359.68. And in fifth place was Cody Lee with a truck called King Kong. He had a 359.58. In sixth place was Jesse Warren with a 354.113, trying to mess me up here. Calvin Miller was 13 with a 342.20. Norm Newswanger came in 14th with a 340.23, and Jeremy Denson in 15th with a 324.09. So that was the extent of the super stock class.
Just
next up was
for Mr. Zimmerman.
I thought it was lobsters. Coming up next was the 3.0 class, and I think there was about 60 of them. The last 4 numbers are all number 56. So I would say, again, we had 60 or 61 trucks on Saturday. Coming in first place was Xander Lee with the farm truck, which used to be Dan Valence's old farm truck. That truck, I think, was out of Galveston, Texas. Had probably one of the longest drives to get there at 333.68. In second place was Kerry Williams with the Bandit. He had a 331.09. In third place was Jen Pushlar out of New York with Hellfire. She had a 330.09. In fourth place was Cody Bader with Full Bore. He had a 329.67. And in fifth place was Josh Land in the Crippler with a 328.94. Josh Land is somebody that I met a long time ago. He's in a wheelchair. He runs it a little bit like Jeremy DeLuca runs his tractor by hand with a hand throttle. In sixth place was Mark Andrews with a 328.37. Rolling down the line here. I got to go through this. I'm going to do a couple of oddballs. Griffin Sullivan out of Connecticut, 325. Heimbach's Jason Heimbach was 15th with a 325.18. Jonathan King with the Against All Odds truck out of Maryland was 18th at a 323.49. Kyle Spickerman with Old Jenny was 20th with a 323.14. Andrew Kasich out of New York was 29th with a 321.00. Jared Brown was 30th with a 320.95. That was again driven by Sam Heimbach. Matt Hollenbrook with Jenny Light was 39th with a 318.83. 43rd was Greg Walker with the Dreams Happen Dodge. He had a 317.49, and I think the reason he was way back there as I understood that his throttle disconnected in mid pull. Something came apart and he didn't have a good run. 46th was Jeremy Grick with the older Jenny at a 316.74. 50th was Dominic Gambino from New York, 315. 51st, Travis Pushlar. 52nd, Chuck Dutter with a 314.30. And that's what we have. That's all we have for 3-0. Then moving into the 2-6, we had 47 trucks in the 2-6 class. In first place was Dustin Stephen with Bad Decision 2. He had a 336.47. In second place was Ray J. Rint with Wicked White Knight. He had a 336.32. In third place was Chris Bear with the Rowdy Ram. He had a 335.47. In fourth place was J.W. Oliver with a 335.17. In fifth place was Andrew Kasich with the American Ride. He had a 334.65. In sixth place was Brendan Fink with a 334.60. My eyes are getting funky from scrolling here. See who's next up. And 25th was Ron King with a Problem Child 40 at a 326.93. Sorry, as I work through this. And 42nd was Luke Souter, Matt's brother-in-law, with Mighty Max. He had a 314.35. And in 45th was Matt Mates with Little by Little. He had a 292.80. That rounds out Diesels and Dark Corners. Highly recommended. Everybody should go and see that once in their lifetime. It is a great facility. I don't know. Their Southern hospitality. Everything is different down there. And I would like to publicly thank Kendra for everything she did, because I kind of hopped in with the the East Coast. There was a couple of guys that went together. We were all shacked up on the lake, and we had a nice
That
place.
just sounds weird.
Oh, okay. I'll say a little bit more.
No.
That's for another show, man. Okay.
It was I had a great time. Everybody is just awesome to hang out with. And Kendra was up wee hours of the morning cooking breakfast before anybody was even stirring. And that's why she had to take Monday off, because she probably didn't get any sleep.
Yeah, no, we had a good time. There ended up being 12 of us staying in the house there. There's a big old lake down there close, and that's about the only place you can get an Airbnb. And I said, pulling's weird. You know, we all travel 11 hours to hang out with people that we see every weekend, but those far away weekend pulls just are a little bit different. You know, they're more relaxed. You know, it's almost like we're all a team down there. Don't get me wrong, we're all competitive. We're all going out for the win, but everybody's just happy if an East Coaster does good. So kudos to all the guys. Fortunately, Barter and Curvin have some serious engine work to do after this weekend. I think Hassler's swapping out his engine for his frame there. Going to try something new for next year. So it was a good weekend. Always is. Good to see people from near and far there. I think there was 3 trucks from like Nebraska, and that super stock came in from Canada again. So seeing trucks there you don't see every weekend. So good time.
It was kind of cool seeing all the East Coast guys helping each other, making sure everybody had their stuff together. Obviously, there's a lot of pullers down there that you don't know, but it was crazy full.
Yeah.
We had to, I didn't realize it, but on Friday evening when it was time to leave, the trucks were parked in because there were so many trucks surrounding it. They were in the front of the trailers. So somebody came up with this great idea of beating a path through tall grass and trees, and we managed to get the trucks out. Didn't have to politely ask people to move.
Yeah. I'm just glad that I wasn't the one that had to forge the path. I was DD for the night. And I said, I'll drive anywhere but through the marsh. So
You serious? That's why we couldn't keep up.
Joe, no, I forget who ended up driving home from the pool that night. No, Joey Mace, Jimmy Barter's right-hand man, ended up sacrificing their Kubota to forge a path for everybody. So no, we had a good time. Already looking forward to next year. Norm's already got me on the hunt to make sure we get the bigger, closer house for next year. So nobody else better get any ideas.
Yeah.
No, good times had by all. Now it's banquet season, so I'm sure JR is busy working on all of that fun stuff for the.
Yeah, working on the video. Oops, I ain't supposed to say that. Champions video. As far as my tables, East Coast folks, I do not have a single class video put together yet. Just hospital and whatever else has kept me busy, other stuff. So I will have them together eventually. But if you are interested in one, just see me at the banquet. We'll get you taken care of. But I will not have anything there for sale this year. Just life got busy.
That's what happens.
Craig Cooper, I had him up on the screen while these two were reading their stuff. So unfortunately, I can't scroll all the way back up to read it. Mine won't scroll all the way back. Now,
anyway, I seen you were laughing at me. Was that because I didn't take a breath between each placing?
I don't even remember what it was.
Okay. You were losing your cool back there, and I just was like, hey, it's time to get her done. Got to keep moving.
Losing my cool?
You were laughing.
Oh, I don't remember doing it. Sorry. Yeah, that's speaking of banquets, we're East Coast Pro Pulling Banquet this Saturday. Next week's show, I was going to release some stuff for the champions. I was going to put a video together quick for YouTube, for the YouTube channel and stuff. But I said, you know what? I'm going to let them go ahead and be crowned at the banquet first. Then we'll do something like that. And then next week's show, I will definitely hammer all the award recipients. Speak of all the award recipients, and just do a nice little banquet recap quick. These two will be there along with me there. So you'll get all of our takes from that. So again, Craig, I can't. I don't know if you guys can. I can't scroll back that far. His comments.
I know there's a big pool in
California.
There's a big pool coming up in Florida. Florida, California this weekend. I saw he mentioned.
Yeah, and I had it posted on the bottom of the screen while you all was reading your results and stuff. So.
Yeah, that was quite a lot to get through. Not used to.
Yeah, I mean we're at almost 8 hours and 18 minutes.
Not used to reading that many results in one evening.
You want to trade?
I was following.
Didn't even touch anything.
I know. I was going to tell you the reason I was following you with the results that I could get is because in the past you've just kind of fell off the face of the earth in the middle of the podcast, and I figured if that ever happens, if I'm not following along, we'll scramble to try to make it back and keep it going. You don't remember when your power went out in the middle of our podcast this summer?
Yeah, you're right.
You never know. You might have some wingnut down the road that runs into it, and if you're the one that only has the results, we're screwed. What do we talk about, Kendra?
Yeah, nothing. Okay, that'll be it. Hey. Goodbye.
These things happen.
So we try to be prepared.
Well, I will say one thing. I'm now prepared to do it on the cell phone now. So, if that does happen, I can jump over to the cell phone and come back.
Nice.
Cool.
Good.
Yes. All fixed up now. Yeah.
So,
I did a live from the campground 2 weeks ago with the cell phone, and surprisingly, it worked pretty decent.
So with just straight cellular service, no Starlink or anything like that?
Nope. Straight through the phone. Yep, nothing fancy.
Well, down here in Georgia at the track, I think they had a Starlink on the pole right next to the announcer's booth to do their thing, and they were, I guess they were doing a live stream through, was it Full Pool?
Full Pool.
Oh yeah, yep.
So it was a lot going on. I got to walk through Vendors Row and see some of the people I didn't see for quite a while and talk with some interesting folks. Got to meet a lot of the crew down there, and that was the first time I ever went to a pool that they used a sheep's foot roller for about an hour to pack each layer in to get that track packed in so it held.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Camaraderie. Absolutely there. That's Beck's Flicks. That's what I call her. So Brian Marston's mother-in-law, rolling with the Davises. She does a lot of filming all season long. And she's been doing some pretty cool stuff, different like compilations of each puller from East Coast Pro Pooling and other whatever she comes across. So it's pretty cool stuff. Check it out.
Thanks to her or somebody that was with her bailed me out this year when I was on the track flagging and took a video with my phone while I was on the track. I didn't know who to ask, and she was the closest one.
Yep.
So thanks for that.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, we're pushing an hour and a half, so I don't know about you all, but I know we were up, like I say, till 3:15 or 3:20 a.m. So
yeah,
I'm going to go get some sleep. So busy. Got to finish up some stuff for the banquet, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I guess, man, it's hard to believe pulling season's done already, man. Well, I'll say already, but
it is never over.
That's true.
A couple of boys that are probably in feverish teardown mode to get their stuff going.
I bet. Yeah, because I'll tell you, it picks up pretty quick here in the wintertime. It takes off again. So, Absolutely. We appreciate everybody being on here. Like, subscribe, share. I mean, hey, it's free. Oh, Fallen Grove, June 28th, 2025. Truck and tractor pull. Nicole, class-wise, what are you looking at? Just off the top of your head, or do you know yet? Is this like we'll call it a modified truck and tractor pull, or is it antique, or obviously?
I didn't know we're putting out a 2025 schedule already.
Oh yeah.
Hold on a minute.
Time to start inking. Start inking dates, man. Yep. Same as before. Same as it ever was. Antique first, then truck start later. Okay, there you go. Saturday, Sunday, Saturday probably.
Beast of the East 2025, May the 17th, June the 14th, and August the 9th.
My birthday.
Which one?
The 9th.
Oh. Happy birthday. Are you going to... Oh, shoot.
I expect cake and ice cream. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, you're lucky the pickle background got removed, damn it. You're lucky, lady.
Cake and ice cream. Oh, that's a lot when you're running a pull. I guess we're gonna have to let that up to we'll have to make sure that Norm takes care of that.
Boy, there was some Pennsylvania talk if I ever heard it. Huh? We're gonna have to let that up to
Yeah, that's Pennsylvania Dutch. That's how you do your words.
I know, I say it here all the time. I'll say something to send just let it over there.
Yeah. There's a lot more. There's a lot more. Oh, that was Rachel Gladhill that did the video for me. I think that's what that comment.
Oh, yeah, shame. Yep. Okay.
Oh,
everybody.
And for all of us Yellowstone people, Yellowstone comes back out this weekend too. So,
what's that?
And Yellowstone?
I don't watch regular
That's
TV.
the straight version of Brokeback Mountain. It's the straight.
Oh, stop it.
Just kidding.
Boy, I don't.
I'm sorry. I'm not really a big Yellowstone guy. That's
Never
good.
seen it. Never
Got to
seen
have your thing. It's a
Yeah.
Western thing.
It's just a Western drama, shoot 'em up movie or TV
it. If it ain't
series.
RPMs, RVing, or Bigfoot, I ain't watching it. That's just how I am. The way it is. Ain't that right, my brothers? That's in chat or was in chat.
Yep.
All right. Again,
Well,
like, subscribe, share. We appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up. YouTube just loves it. So. But anyway, and we love it too. We appreciate it. We appreciate all our guests. We appreciate any questions, et cetera, et cetera. And we'll be back next week with a banquet recap. We're going to announce all the champions, which is already out there. But we're going to. I'm just like I say. I'm holding. Let them get their glory. Then we'll come online and we'll hammer it up, man. And then, of course, there'll be some special awards given out. We'll talk all about that. And I'm sure plenty of other ramblings to talk about. So that'll be fun. And then the following Saturday, I will be at the Snyder County banquet. So the wife and I. And we'll go over that too when the time comes. So with that said, I guess it's that time, kiddos. Yep, we got the
Adios.
waves. We got the waves. We'll see you next Wednesday at 8 p.m. I'm ready. I promise I'm ready. Here we go.
Pull the trigger.
See ya.